Shalom, brothers and sisters. It's Brother Israel. I'm here to edify and explain what's going on with the messages that I've been getting from the Most High. First, I want to say all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. And it's, once again, it's kind of strange, but it's the word. The word comes from him, and I have to relay these messages. I know I'm being monitored. Everything I do, say, touch, walk, talk is being monitored. What I've tried to establish that no matter how many times a person is out there and they fail or will fall themselves up and keep moving in the right direction. I have no support group but the Most High, and at this point, I prefer it that way. I also want to touch on a few things that's concerning our brethren around the world, because for some reason, if we're fighting here in the United States amongst each other, trying to find out who has established the best camp or who has established the most recognition, it's kind of sad because we're not even reaching those people and those brothers who we need to reach, we should be talking to, and getting this further along. You can blame me if you like. I'll take a lot of weight on my shoulders at this point because I know I haven't done my part that I should be doing. And being once again, like I said, working through this alone, it's not that difficult, but difficult enough. There's spies everywhere. There's scoffers, scorners everywhere. I'm often confronted by situations that are testing my judgment, my character. So definitely Jacob's troubles are definitely out there, and there's a lot of vexation in the air because you can feel it if you are in tune. You can feel it through your spirit. We have not fully came into an understanding or communicated. I don't know what you brothers out there doing, but communication is very important with our fellow brethren, which I say are South America, Uruguay, Panama, Mexico. I see a lot of videos and I watch a lot of videos of that concerns me about the brothers who are worried about their name, putting the name out there of who you are and what you represent. And as long as I remember reading the Bible and also understanding, Yahweh Shai never had a banner over his head. He was anointed and he walked this earth without a banner or a insignia or anything else of that nature. So I'm wondering why that's so important to you, brothers. I mean, I think what's really more important is us communicating and getting together. These are the words that come from the Most High, what I'm supposed to pass on to you. You can take it however you want to. You can look at me and say, I'm no good. I do this, I do that. I'm under a microscope. I know what I do, and so do the Most High. Definitely. I'm very aware of what's going on around me. Have been and always will be. It's kind of hard when you're working at it alone, but then again, I'm not alone because I have my Father to take care of me, and He has always watched over me. So, moving on from that subject, we need to start really. I don't know what you're doing because nobody's communicating with me. We need to start trying to think about moving out of this country. I know what you're saying, like, wow, why should we do that? I'm not going to leave here. But you really need to start thinking about moving. If you really love your family and your kids and all those people that you say you love, you brothers really think that you have a brotherhood and this is what's going on, you need to start thinking about getting up out of here. I mean, this is not a safe place anymore for any of us, who have been awakened. for the simple fact of there's laws that's been passed, and I'm quite sure you brothers are up on it, that can completely take everything you have, and you don't have to have a reason for it. So, with that being said, understand what kind of jeopardy you're under, I'm under, we're under, and understand that this is what's in the air. The other thing is I want to touch on this. Like I said, I'm a messenger. Those brothers who are Levites and who are priests, then please stop the cursing. You have to teach these children. So if you're sitting up cursing and MF this and that be this, come on, man. It's not so much edifying when you know, or you should have a conscience in the back of your mind saying that eventually these kids gonna have to need somebody to teach them. So if you start thinking about that now, you can start using other words to try to edify us or try to get your point across besides the words of the book, because the words of the book are the most holiest of holies. And I understand that cursing is not going to help the situation. But, once again, you're grown men, and you're going to tell me to mind my own business and F me and all that other stuff. And that's okay. It's just part of the program, part of that program anyway. I try to keep myself as humble as possible. Yeah, because if you allow people to push your button, then they will be pushing them all the time. And the other thing is that I want to touch on is please reach out to these brothers all over this world, man. You see a brother down, give him a hand, talk to him, make his day. I mean, you don't have to always give something, but do something. Besides look down on them because they're not on the level you are. Is that righteous? You really think that's righteous because you know more than somebody else? No, that's wrongness, brother. That's all wrong, and you need to learn something from that. But chastising you and saying what I have to say, you're not going to take it into consideration because you're men, and men always have to have a conflict. We all in this together, man. And the most important thing is sometimes you just have to let things go. You have to back down, look at it from another angle, and understand. This is rough out here, man. And these people need somebody that's going to talk to them without trying to make them feel bad about trying to do something else. How can you bring a congregation into or a camp into play when you're dogging the people out? Oh, come on, man, don't do that. And the women too. Yes, they have a role to play, and dogging them is not going to do it. Those women who don't want to be a part of it, it doesn't matter. But you're throwing such an attitude out there that the women that do are afraid. For the simple fact of they watch the videos. That's all I have to say. I've seen them, so I've heard. And I said, wow. Uh, I'm here as a buffer. I'm here as a little bit of instruction. I'm here as a friend, someone who loves you, and I can stand chastisement just as well as the next man. See, because I have no problems with it. I have no problems with correction. If I'm out of line, let me know, and I have no problem talking about it and discussing it and going and moving forward. See, my ego is not on the line. I definitely love my Father who created me, and also definitely are trying to follow his instructions, regardless to the little things or the thing, not little, but the things I've done, the things people say I do, and the things that people put on me, because that's where they feel or whatever that may be either. Also, because I don't really care about that. I waste more time on trying to navigate my way around the BS out here in this world than I actually do in my books and my studying, because this has been going on a long time in my life. It may be new to you, but this is not new to me. What's new to me is the name of my Father. I didn't know that was hidden from me, but other than that, as far as the goodness in my heart and trying to help and do things for other people. It's always been there, and it's something I've always strived for. So, this is not a pat on my back or trying to make myself above anyone either, because I will not allow myself to go above or below any man on this planet. It doesn't matter. My loyalty is to my Father, my Creator. That's it, and that's all. I'm not trying to join no club. I'm not trying to be into a situation where choose this and that. That's not what this is about. Because we're all in this together, and that's something you have to really think about. We're all in this together, So we don't want to keep anybody out. And the other thing is idols. You got Star David here, brothers Drake. What's up with that, man? That's not a part of this, but then again, that's a part of that. So we know eventually all that will shift and everything will be sifted out. What's righteous and righteousness and what's wrong will be shifted and sifted, So it's just a matter of time, And from what I truly understand, what my father has told me, is that to make sure that we acknowledge every brother around the world. We need to be in contact. So I need to start getting in contact with brothers. I talk to brothers on the street. I try to make sure that I like I said, I'm not perfect. Man. If I was perfect, then I wouldn't be here talking to you. I'd be at home where I came from. I came down here and fell into a bunch of situations, stumbling blocks and all this other stuff that I had no idea. But I'm here now. And I'm ready to go home. And I'm trying to gather the brothers and sisters and children together so we can go there, But back to the topic at the first beginning of the stream is that we need to get up out of here. It's very hard to be somewhere where you're not wanted, you're not cared about, and you're not loved. And that feeling and that sense is filtrated through us, and now we feel that way about each other. And that's not how we are. We didn't come from, we're not from that. We're precious. We're precious jewels from our Father, the Creator, Yahweh. And it's something that is something that we need to regurgitate, empty out, and start embracing each other with more love and understanding. And for those who don't get it, they won't get it. For those who don't want it, they won't get it. And that's as simple as that. Those who are reaching out and trying to talk and communicate with each other, we need to do more of that, and stop, turning our nose and our heads against each other, And the other thing is, all you brothers out there, preaching and teaching this word all over the world, are you keeping the Sabbath? Are you caring about some orphans and widows? Are you doing these things? Because if you're out there on the highways and byways preaching all the time, I mean, I don't know what you're doing. And I'm just asking, Those are part of the laws too. So, try to do something for somebody else besides yourself and those around you immediately, Reach out to that person across the street, or reach out to some kind of women's shelter and do something for those kids and those women, man. It's not gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anything at all. I don't expect anybody to comment. I don't expect anybody to say anything to me, because I've been ostracized anyway ever since I was a kid, and I'm used to it, so it doesn't really matter. It's just that I need to put everything into play like I'm supposed to at this point in my life. For those who hear me and understand where I'm coming from, that's a beautiful thing. And for those who don't, it doesn't really matter because it's not for you. So I want to thank you for listening, if you're listening. And I want to say all praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Rukakadash, that's the Holy Spirit. Praise to the Holy Spirit for coming upon me to even do this video and this live stream. Shalom.